Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Interception. And today, the first time in a very long time, we're here to talk about international football, club football. And I'm joined by Jeremy and Fletcher, a Spurs fan and a Liverpool fan. And where else to start better than the Premier League? So Joshua, Liverpool, looking unstoppable right now. 15 points in 5 games? How are you feeling? You really feel like it could bring the title? I know it's early still.
First of all, I ain't like that talk.
Alright, no problem.
Too early to be talking.
No problem.
We just playing football right now.
Okay, no problem. But what is your confidence in the season? How is your confidence in the season after coming off of winning the title last season?
I'm confident on my side, but we brought in some new players, so I guess a lot of players still learning how to each other, still feeling out their roles inside. So a lot is still being done internally within the side. So far, we've been looking decent, good. I wouldn't say great. First few games, we had a little defensive problems, errors. Last 2 games, it looked like we getting it together. So far, so good. I can't complain. To complain could be ungrateful. You understand?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright, and you say you're feeling confident, more or less is what I'm gathering, but you're not overly confident, but what are you think or would be the biggest challenges for you all this season, thus far, after watching the games I played so far?
Rotation. I think Slot last year, one of his weaknesses was rotation. And the nice part about this year, we have a stronger bench. There's quality throughout the whole side, even from the youngest, as well as it would have been nice to get our next defender. I wouldn't say who, but
you're wicked to say our next defender.
But I believe we still defensively strong. Just they could say it's a brand new backline, 2 new wing backs. Of course, the centre back partnership still is the same, but I guess it's just to get accustomed to each other.
You're wicked to say that about rotation. I just saying that. You're wicked to say that.
No, well, share your feelings with
because
the space.
Let's be real, the only thing them in buy is planet Earth. Because you done Isaac, you done have Ekitike. You go well said it again, Fletcher.
Yeah, but all buy real players too.
That's not we neutral be yet. What
Nah.
No, that's not what I'm saying is Liverpool. You say rotation. Alright, rotation. So we or you are third squadron. Because that is next rotation I see it could happen.
You see, but that defender we wanted, just give
right.
He's a big player.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? And not just for now, but for the future.
Right.
So it would have been nice. We at a moment where we're not a developing side. We reach where we could win titles.
Fair.
And we want the best on our squad, like what we aiming for.
Fair.
As many used to say, Liverpool never had that pull. Now we had that pull. You understand? As a matter of fact, we yanking. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, right.
Now, Jeremy, as a rival fan, what are your thoughts on Liverpool this season? He gave the fan perspective as a rival fan. What you concerned about them?
I think they are obviously, keeping majority of their squad as well as adding one additional add-ons. And just again, just reinforcing that fact that they have a better attack than last season. I think Liverpool, they are their greatest enemy, as you could see in the games they may have played, and they may not have started too quick. Some games they start and they were a little slow. And I think that is why I would say that they are their own worst enemy for the league, for the season. And yeah, just constructive criticism, maybe, as Fletcher saying, it's not really the rotation. It's just the fact that majority of the players they have are starters. So they have a lack of minutes. It will be interesting to see how they're not getting the accustomed minutes they will be accustomed getting in their previous teams. How, like Frankfurt, wherever they were before, how would they react to being starved the minutes? How it will transform onto the field,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I like how you bring up that because not to dwell on Liverpool too much, but just to talk about this, those players, you know what I mean? They bring in Isak. Ekitike was already having a very good start to the season. So now you have two
Promising.
and even one striker who's already considered world
World
class.
class, yeah.
You know, trying to play for the same position. You know, and then you have somebody who's on fraud watch, Florian Wirtz.
Wirtz, yeah.
You know, who is yet to make an
impact.
Being the second most expensive signing, I believe.
I do like that phrase, fraud watch.
Fraud watch.
No, well,
I appreciate that.
Because
that is a very big player.
I
understand
agree
why
with
it was said, why questions are being asked, but I still a big player.
I 100% agree with you.
Fair.
But I just mean, for the fee that was paid,
Understandable.
and the
Results.
the results, the
Results.
expectation,
To see the results.
you know, and it coming across a kind of, because let's look at this, right? He rested last game,
Right.
which is a bigger game,
Yeah.
you know, and he has rested players for smaller games, not play big games,
Right.
but he played 90 minutes against Burnley,
Right.
you know what I mean? So there's certain things like that. What do you think is his issue right now?
You'll have to understand, he coming from the Bundesliga. Prem, much more physical. The time that you have on the ball is much more limited, and you could see that is his problem. The first few games I watch him, he getting pocket game, pick right through. Don't have that time to dribble, to take his time and pick a pass. And I believe in time, he will improve on that, you know. I just trying to give him grace. Yes, we pay a large fee for him. He was one of our big signings, but people have to understand that he need a little time to get accustomed to the Prem. The Prem is not Bundesliga. You know, understand, he's not playing in Leverkusen where he was the focal point, you could say. He was the main man in the midfield.
Yeah.
You understand? He have fellas on Liverpool who already is the big boys. So, you know, and then he had to compete fast, but like be real, let's see, yes, we pay plenty money, but to say that Cam is here, and it are men like Szoboszlai who playing, come on, we can't even say so. But so with that culture competing, hopefully, we could see improvement in due time.
Yeah. So moving on from Liverpool, come to you, Jeremy. Tottenham Hotspur. You know, on occasion they do Tottenham Hotspur things.
Right.
But I being honest, I find Spurs looking good this season so far.
Right,
you know,
right.
Be talking about
Right.
having that pull and that yank.
Yeah.
And I being honest,
Yeah.
But I being honest, the signings that you all made this season, I find are very good signings.
Okay.
You know? So how was your thoughts on your season so far?
My first thought is it a crime? As you say it. Is it a crime? Because we looking good. I think games we know to ourselves that we would have had issues with.
Yeah.
We're showing that character, we're showing personality on and off the ball, and as well as going forward, we keeping ourselves, I think, together. You know, like even when we lose the ball, we looking like we know what we're looking to do, get back the ball, try again, start back the attack. Bissouma, you know, he'll not be in the side right now, but you know, I just thinking like our midfield is so stacked, bro. Stacked like just stacked with well, obviously Xavi, Bentancur, who was there, you know. Brilliant man from a long time. Paulinho from Bayern on loan. You know, we just all we need, as I said, yeah, he on loan now, he on loan. And all we need is to keep stacking, I think, from you know, like Jenga blocks now, boy. Jenga blocks now, boy. And yeah, so we come straight off the, as I say, off the bust the gun.
Yeah.
And we running.
Yeah. So coming off of the back of winning a European title, which was a very big thing.
Yeah.
You know, what are your expectations for the Spurs side this season? Because I mean, their track record, you know, you always come and say Spurs winning the league.
Yeah.
And you know, men just doubt you.
Yeah.
And men stop doubting you. The funny thing is, you just always predict Spurs to win the league, and that's the only thing that has never happened. But everything else does more or less work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what was the expectations?
Realistically, bro. Because I know what we have invested, we could say something like rotation.
Yeah.
To extent. But because I know what we have invested and the different players we have brought in, as I say, you know, we have reinforcements in the midfield. I would think that we would finish, if not second. I think I could see my side winning the Prem. You know, I always say that each season, but I could see myself winning the Prem. That's my expectation. If not the Prem, I believe that in Champions League, we will have a deep run to at least go into the semi-finals, the Champions League. After that, I don't know. I don't know. My psychic powers gone from there.
No, I mean, it don't have anything after that.
We don't know. So that's why I say after we reach the semi-finals, I just as like you and Fletcher, you know? I look into see what will happen.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I admit I do like the Spurs team this season. I think you will have a lot of depth, especially in our midfield area. You still have the likes of Kulusevski to come back and this kind of thing. So I think, I mean, my opinion is that you are definitely in that top 4 race. You know, I think that top 4 race would be very competitive this season, but definitely, and not to mention Thomas Frank, you know, who's the manager now, who I find is having a very good start to his managerial career in Spurs. You know, so
we have a big back pause. We have a big back, meaning as in we like a damn no red dog. We stacked.
Right.
We stacked, we double stacked though.
Right.
And that is on everything.
Right.
Yeah.
No problem, sir. No problem.
No, what?
Moving on. Manchester United and you know, all the issues, but we could either talk what you all want to talk about. We could talk about the issues or we could talk about the game.
The game.
If we talk about issues, how long we have?
Well,
we not enough time. We not enough time.
We're talking for 10 minutes so far.
But that is a sensitive topic. You know,
It
the
is.
fans will, you know,
Stands.
And they will feel like we have no right to say these things.
Correct.
The beer drinkers.
So you prefer to talk about the game against Chelsea?
I think talk about the game against Chelsea. Positives. Yeah. First thing I will say handicap. I will just say.
That you thought that come in your mind?
Yeah, because Chelsea was handicapped.
You know the closest park to something in the blue. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Basically, red card. I want to say like a waste of a red card. You know, because it's like Sanchez. To me, Sanchez.
Nah, but he had that shake too.
Yeah, I know, but like again, the game wasn't even that well into and
mad out.
To do that, it kind of just throw up the whole quality. You know, those red cards are big decisions.
Correct.
So seeing that happen, you know, you done with this
game.
Cole Palmer coming off, growing. You know, the sacrifices he would have had. Well, Maresca would have to pull out. So, you know what I mean, pull off players from the team. So you know, all those different things would have ended up in the result being that 2-1. So that's my thoughts. You know, it made the game a handicap match.
So there's nothing to say about the performance of the team.
Handicap.
Producer, we will deal with you
Handicap.
after. Right now, Fletcher.
For me, I don't think United has an issue with the players. Yes, it has some players that I do believe, certain players that I do believe should be there still, like Luke Shaw. But I think they have a good squad, not like they don't have a bad squad. I think the problem is the culture of the club. And that is what Ruben trying to change.
Yeah.
You understand? But I feel like Cunha, real good.
Yeah.
So once he come in and he and Bruno started pull strings, and Sesko, he good too. He a good target man. You understand what I'm saying? So they have a good side. Martinez coming back soon, and he's to me, he remind Mbappe ball. You understand? He's them kind of rugged kind of defenders. So I will keep saying it's not about this side. The side is a good side, but I just think it's more something within the camp. Like I say, like, but them need like a bush bath or that's some kind of thing need to something. But I just feel like they are good players and it's just the culture, the club. You understand? Work ethic. I don't know what it is, but
that match was a handicap match.
Yeah, we know that. But I glad they personally they get a positive result. Hopefully they could build off of this result. Because to be honest, I like this squad.
Yeah.
It's a good team. And they could if they get themselves together, they could go far in the Premier League this season.
my thoughts, I agree. I think it's a good squad. I agree that it has some players who probably shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? I understand what you say, how it is a handicap match and those kind of refereeing decisions, because the game did become balanced at a point in time when a Chelsea player was sent off. No, a Man U player was sent off.
Right.
Like Casemiro. But for me, what's going on with Man U right now, I like Amri, to be honest. I find, like, I actually want him to succeed. I don't necessarily want Man U to succeed. But I want him to succeed because I feel like anybody coming in to take on that job
It's a hard job.
It's a hard job. You know what I mean? And he's showing that all they can say what they want. I'm going to do me at the end of the day because I believe in this. You know what I mean? And kudos to him. And I think he will get it to work at some point. But yeah, that's enough. We know them Man U fans and them.
We don't want to go too much in it.
Yeah, we know they just come out swinging. You know what I mean?
But I remember it's a hard thing to change a mentality of
a camp.
So
you see.
City playing today. My thoughts, boy.
City.
What's your thoughts?
It's a good result. It's a good result, you know. I mean, we already had 2 losses this season, 2 back-to-back losses this season. Brighton and what we have played before that, boy?
It was
yes, of course. None other than, you know. But I think going to Arsenal and leaving with a point is a good thing. You know? I mean, everybody wants to go to win. You know what I mean? But I believe that Arsenal needed to win that game more than we needed to. You know what I mean? I think that Arsenal needed to win that game to cement themselves in a title race. Even though it's a long season, it's still early. You know what I mean? But to get it going because Liverpool already built such a big gap, more or less. And I think us winning or drawing the game puts us in a position to continue to build, to either be in a title race or just be top 4. Because in my opinion, we're not in the we're going through this transition period still.
These movements come crucial.
And I think each point that they pick up during a transition period is important. You know what I mean? So I think that 1 point was very good. I have plenty of opinions on how this side playing right now. Probably we don't have enough time for that. But
some areas.
What I would point out is Haaland.
Big player, gunman.
Watch now. I find he looking real hungry, you know. Haaland looking like he come off an ACL injury and in playing a while and he just trying to put the ball in the net. You know, and I find so far this season, I already tell them, and I'll say it here, I genuinely think this season is his opportunity. Possibly.
Ballon,
but I think he could beat his own prime record.
I feel so too.
I think he could put 40 in the prem.
And I didn't even say that. Like not City man. But I just watching how he playing and I feel so.
Moving like a gun man. Everything.
Everything.
And I think for you, this season personal, because when I was talking about last season, he had a good season, but the man scored plenty goals last season, like 20 or something.
23.
So it's like
which is a regular scoring season for a striker before these kind of players come in. You know what I mean? Where before Kane and Haaland and these kind of players, 23 was a good season for a striker. You know what I mean? Now if you play in 23, you're not considered.
He set the bar higher, see.
Exactly.
So expectations of him will always to score a goal every game.
Correct. And so far, he looking like, you know, he guaranteed a goal a game.
Basically, he basically giving men in fantasy
thank God, boy. Thank God.
A lifeline.
Small mercies.
A lifeline.
Small mercies. But I think Pep trying to figure it out. You could see that his gameplay changing because men ain't even trying to control the game anymore, bro. This game, Arsenal had way more possession. You know, more than half.
Passes. Everything.
You know, and I think we trying to. My biggest problem with Pep before was not playing to the strengths of your best players. You know what I mean? So Haaland, in my opinion, most deadly.
Right.
He running in behind
You need
that back line.
that explosive
You
run.
understand? But if he start running
Good
before
idea.
you, you're not catching him.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah, as I say, I think he trying different things because
Yeah.
like, he
He need
dropping
it.
way deeper like
Correct.
that goal today.
You
Correct.
need it.
He dropped deep, collect it, pass it to Rhinos,
Yeah.
knock it back for him.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's like a game I was watching. I think it was either the Spurs game or even the City game. A commentator was saying the thing about these big teams is that we know that they have a system, and when they have a system, they know we will get it, they will get results.
Correct.
But it's always good that they could mix it. You know, always kind of like pass it. It's always good that we know that they could switch a ball all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're playing short passes and then you switch a ball over the top, and you lay your target man Haaland. You know, as
Yeah.
you rightfully say, nobody not catching him.
Yeah.
So when it is your play to, as you say, the player's strengths, individual talent, if you get that, I think more from City, that's a different beast.
Yeah, I agree.
But to be honest, that's showing the hunger because last season he probably realized, right, me just stand up somewhere looking for a pass or looking for somebody to put ball, it ain't working. That's showing the hunger. That's the difference between good players and great players.
Yeah.
And he want to be great.
Yeah. Like I have to get this goal there. You see that stand up and waiting thing?
It ain't.
It ain't working.
It's off the ball movement way better so far this
Yeah,
season.
correct. So moving on from Prem now, I mean, unless they want to discuss mid-table and whatever,
Yeah.
we can move on to somewhere like La Liga. And we'll talk about the big two, but more so Real Madrid, and more specifically, Kylian Mbappe.
Who?
Kylian Mbappe. Oh,
Who's
no
that
problem,
one?
sir. No problem. But from what I've seen so far,
He balling who? Next thing he bounce up.
yeah, you understand? But so far, I'm not gonna lie, Mbappe looking kind of scary. Not gonna lie.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, Mbappe, the hunger he moving with too.
Baby.
Looking at, you have some strong opinions there,
I'm
bro.
telling you.
What's your thoughts over?
I think
And make it personal.
personal.
Yeah.
I think Mbappe has yet to prove himself in that Real Madrid uniform. I believe so. I desperately believe so. I think this season, I need to see Mbappe. I'm not just talking about international. No, we're not talking about that. I want to see him in Real. I want to see him when the game matter. When it pile up, you're back to the wall. I want to see him pull out something out there. I want to see him score goals, and I haven't seen him do that in the games that matter all that much. You know?
Yeah.
So I think until
So
we
he's
see
not
that,
a big game player.
that too, as well as just the show time, again when the show, you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? When it really counts, he's not there. And that's why I say Mbappe I need to see that from him this season, or else.
I probably disagree. I disagree with the fact that if he's a big game player or not.
Heavily disagree.
Yeah, because
Talk your mind.
when it matters, Mbappe does just come up with these moments.
Where he was last season for Champions League? He was in John.
René.
No, I just...
That minor.
Yeah.
But hear what we said. How much goals he scored last season, only first season at Real Madrid?
I think he must be proper about 30, you know,
Right.
30 plus.
And that man, that just the start.
And he
He
wasn't
was
looking
just
good, eh?
getting going. He wasn't looking
He was
good.
looking
The team
good.
wasn't functioning.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Real Madrid is a high goal output team. He is playing on top for them. He will score the lion share amount of goals. I'm not arguing.
Yeah.
I talking about the same thing I used to
performances.
fight me down on. The trophies, the winning performances, and end up in a final to end up go on. To go on to a final, you come against a greater position, the same member, score.
And to be honest, I do like Real Madrid.
Neither.
Yeah.
I don't like them at
Never.
all. But one thing I'll give is Jackie Jacket. That man does pot. Probably because we didn't see him score no hat-trick against Barca or Bayern or whatever the case, or Liverpool. You know what I mean? But nah, boy, he's a big player, boy.
Yeah.
I can't even call it. I can't even say he ain't looking good, cause dog. As soon as I see that, he could score a check next week.
Right, I'm not saying nothing. I just say in time will tell. For this season, I want to see him deliver. And even the what's the cup that's having on the Super Cup?
Yeah.
The El Clásicos.
Yeah.
I want to see him deliver in the moments, because like be real, last season Barca had them looking like babies.
Correct.
Had Mbappe looking like babies. The whole team.
Every Clasico, yeah.
The whole, so this season, I think I want to see them put forward a better output and just the clinch moments that you know that matter now. But
Yeah.
so
Well, I agree with that, because I feel, and as I said, that brings up a lot of excitement for the El Clasicos that will come up. You know what I mean? Because Real Madrid added to their team. You know, Barca also made some additions, but Real Madrid under new management as well, playing a different style of football, a little bit more direct, you know, and the players seem a lot more confident, you know. So we'll see what happens. But as we're on the topic of Real Madrid, it obviously leads into Champions League.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody here, team in the Champions League this season, minus the producer.
Yeah.
You know,
them
not custom to us. That's how the kind of
not custom, bro. Alright.
So just trying to get them grace.
Yeah, well, and we know this with this new Champions League format as well. You had to play for your points.
Play for your points.
Play for everything in front of you. So how you feeling about this Champions League season? Because bear in mind, your team actually did the best, I believe, last season Champions League in terms of this new
system, the new format.
Yeah.
As I said earlier in the show, I said something about rotation, and one of our reasons why I felt we didn't go far enough last season was because of rotation. Because I think if I remember, we had the 2 legs, and in the middle we played Southampton.
Yeah.
And we played the same side versus Southampton. We could have played benchman for that game. You understand what I'm saying? And probably still come out at a point at Southampton, rest them and they could have come back and go at Atletico. Not saying the second leg performance was not good enough. But just saying like you have a side, you know you have a certain level when you want to play, the men need rest sometimes. You understand what? Remember, it's not just Champions League we're going for everything. So, and as I said, slot, even club, is not really known for rotating. Like how Pep does do it, you don't know who's starting. You understand what I'm saying?
Back in the day,
So, I think once, and we had the players, we had quality on the bench. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, that we are at a place where men had a fight for their spot, especially in our midfield. You want to play, perform. It are no favorites no more. Whoever playing had to be performing. They had to catch our form to play. You understand what I'm saying? So, if that is the case, and we play the best, we put in all the best to start and whatever the case is, then we could go far in all competitions.
And what's your thoughts?
I just had 2 hot takes.
No
one hot take. If Liverpool do at least win one trophy this season with our stack squad, I feel Slot should get fired. That's my hot take. He should get fired because it have no excuse basically. Rotation is no excuse. Sorry to say that.
But no, there wasn't winning no trophy. We never say that.
Going on from there. Second hot take, right? Tottenham Hotspur is one of the best dark horses for the season Champions League.
I can live with that.
Telling you. And I don't just offer the first game. First game 1-0 Villarreal. Don't beat upon that. I talking about future games. I will show you. Tottenham Hotspur we will show you that we are the best dark horse because I believe, as you were saying earlier, Thomas Frank's football is, I always say,
Frank Ball
is always good when it comes to not just domestic cups but tournaments because of how he's built the side around, not just, I want to say like winning, I want to say man to, you know, man to man football.
To be honest, I ain't gonna handle that, because he bringing Xavi Simons, and that is a European footballer who play in a good few leagues. You understand? So he have experience outside it. He's still young, but man coming with quality. If you understand what I'm saying? So, and when Madison come back, I feel they have a good team. It's just
So what I would say, I think in this January transfer window, I think we'll have to get a striker and probably a lethal striker. Because Solanke is good. Richarlison is good.
Catching my form.
But I think when it matters, I don't know how much you can depend on those fellas. You know what I mean? And I feel like goals win games.
Goals win games.
And I think defensively, you all are a lot better. You know, you all have a good keeper as well. The midfield, I have no issues with the midfield, but you're going to have to get them goals to win the games now.
So who do you think they could bring in? Because right now the transfer market for strikers sticky.
City.
Striker, I think striker. I don't think we need. I content with Solanke. I just think we may need I wouldn't say our next, but that's only because we lacking Kulusevski.
Yeah.
But
true.
I think I'm more concerned with just getting our next creative midfielder in there in case anything with Xavi.
Yeah.
And next, I know Thomas Frank was suggesting that our next defender.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was, I can't remember who's the exact person. I don't know if it was this guy from Crystal Palace, Mitchell.
Yeah,
I think it's either Mitchell or our next defender from Bundesliga. But we was looking at just getting our next centre back there in case of anything.
Well, yeah, this man from Sweden, but I can't pronounce him.
Hey,
Bergvall.
Bad.
I think that it man.
So,
he dealt with last season.
But, yeah.
He scored 2, I think, versus like dog. Man, real good.
Nah, Bergvall is so good, dog. And that's what I say. All they have, in my opinion, one of the how to say, boy, you all have that midfield depth this season that a lot of teams may not have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that'll be very good for you. My opinion on Champions League this season, for my side, I need more players to get involved in goals. You know what I mean? I don't want to, and that has always been the issue. You know, if Haaland in score, who will score? You know what I mean? And I'm seeing
Foden
stepping up this season again, right? Doku stepping up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think when Reinders steps up and starts to get in on the goals as well, we have Shirky to come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need to see those goals coming from different areas of the pitch, and I think we would be in a better place. I think in a January transfer window, hopefully we could get a right back. If we don't, I think not having a right back right now is difficult. But Abdul Qadir is playing it really well. I think he's adapted to that position really well. Nunes, he's not a right back. You know what I mean? So going forward, good. Good playing across or two. You know what I mean? But defensively, he's prone to making mistakes. You know, Rico Lewis, same way.
Yeah.
Rico might not make the same mistakes. It's just that Rico's small.
Yeah.
You know, so he get beat up in the back there. You know, but Qadir, he's quick, he's strong. You know, he's solid. You know what I mean? But I low-key prefer him centre back, but on the right back, I find with it so far. But I think once we get a right back and these goals start to come from everywhere else, no problem, it should be a good season. But that's just the perspective of the 3 teams here represented playing for the Champions League. But I think that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for more episodes, more podcast episodes here at The Interception, and we'll be back.